I had to bury him with my own hands, where I had to put him inside the grave. I was so scared that I don't know when I will be attacked again with a bigger mob this time, because there was a window period of near about 1 hour, so they can always come back with a bigger mob and attack him. I was literally scared for my life on one side, and the other side I can't leave him on the road like this, and I can't run away for my life on one side. So we just had to bury him. There was a JCB which was digging because it had to be a deep burial, like 12 feet deep. So they were digging, and we were waiting for the grave to be dug. And while we were waiting, near about 15 minutes down the process, suddenly out of nowhere we had near about 50 to 60 people came out of nowhere and started hurling abuses and started hitting us with sticks and pelting stones at the ambulance and at the body and at the JCB. And finally the JCB fellow had to run away, and they started hitting the ambulance drivers, and they broke the windshield, and they broke all the windows of the ambulance. And literally we all had to run for our lives from there. The ambulance drivers, both of them, were bleeding very heavily from their head, and such was the situation. Dr. Simon's family had to literally run away from that and place, and all the doctors who were there, we all had to run for our lives, and somehow the ambulance drivers, somehow they managed to bring Dr. Simon's body out in spite of, they were bleeding very badly. They took the body out inside the ambulance, and then they started driving, and they went towards the hospital. That is when I decided, okay, now I should have to follow them, and I took the car and I started following the ambulance. In the meantime, I made few phone calls to healthcare officials, the contacts of mine whom I know towards in the ministry and in the police. Somehow I just managed to get a battalion and police. They assembled there. But by then the ambulance had already reached the New Hope Hospital, and both of the guys were completely, drenched in blood, and they were bleeding very badly. So what I had to do was I had to literally go out and and I asked them to go to the hospital because they were in no position to drive now. So we didn't have drivers actually. We had only 2 drivers, and both of them were completely badly hurt. And now I had to drive, so I wore the PPE, and I asked both of the ward boys ward boys to come and accompany me, and I made them sit in the car, in the ambulance, and I had to drive the ambulance without any windscreen in it. The glass shattered everywhere, and the seat was full of blood, and the steering wheel was full of blood, and the front of the dashboard was full of blood covered, and literally had to drive the ambulance in that situation to the crematorium. By then, when I reached, the police were already there. They had secured the place. Once I reached there, I realized that me and these 2 people are the only ones wearing the PPE, and whatever we had to do was only us. So, we didn't have any healthcare workers there. Nobody were there to help us out because everybody had already run for their lives. The fact is, I know certain truths. In spite of that, there was chances of maybe 1% maybe, because fact is a coronavirus can never actually spread through a dead body. It can survive in a body for near about 2 hours maximum, or maximum 3 hours. 3 hours is no chance at all. So a virus, it is a fragile virus, madam. It is a very fragile virus. You wash your hands with a soap, it will die. So such a fragile virus can never survive. It cannot survive in a dead body for more than 2 to 3 hours. So and moreover, the body was completely packed in a triple layered packing. So there was no chance of it coming out from anywhere inside. And I'm covered with a PPE. I'm not scared. I was not scared. No. Yes. But I had only one thing in my mind. I was scared for my life. Where I would definitely be. If you ask me then, I would say 90% I was sure that I would be getting attacked again. The thing is, there are a lot of informations that are going on. They believe different things. They believe everything that comes in a social media. People these days, they don't want to, maybe they don't want to see. My mom, I quoted my mom as an example there. Again, I want to quote that. My mom believed that lighting 9 candles on that day would have killed the coronavirus. That's what a doctor's mom thinks. That's the truth. I was trying to explain to her, Mom, that was not the reason why Prime Minister had asked you to do this. He asked you to do this in solidarity with the healthcare professionals who are working against the corona. No. This is not the reason at all. There is certain things, you don't know. Vastu is there. This thing is there. This is what people are into, They get so superstitious. They believe anything that comes their way. Anything. Trust me. That's what I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm trying to differentiate the facts between the fake things. Police, there are healthcare officials, health doctors who know about this so much. There are a lot of people spreading fake news and nonsense in the media. There are better guys to talk about what the corona is, and there are better guys to talk about what it will really do to you. There are better guys to tell you how you can prevent this. Please speak to them. Please let them speak. So that is how, you can ask a doctor, no better person than a doctor can explain about what a corona does. If the things were normal, the gentleman would have attracted thousands there. He was such a nice gentleman. Thousands would have gathered to bid him goodbye if the things were normal. He was such a lovable person. But things were so, that is the reason why we were only like 10 of us.